Bienvenidos and welcome a Cositas Mommy Never Told Me, a podcast that dives deep into the Latin cultural norms that have long haunted the feminine genre. Móntate and buckle up porque it's going to be a roller coaster ride. ¡Nos fuimos! Hey!
Hi, Diana!
How you doing, girl?
They gave us these mics, so I just want to perform.
Pues ponte a perform, olvídate, mija.
No, thank you.
Tírate un canto ahí.
How exciting is this?
I know.
What are your thoughts if you're just tuning in? For those listening, we want to know your thoughts on last week's episode. That was our first live. How much fun was that?
So much fun that people want to continue to have a live show.
Facts.
So we're thinking about maybe once a month and invite only. So if you missed out on the first, we're probably going to invite the same people and sprinkle in a few other ones. Let's see. Or
we may open it to the public if you behave. But I had a great time. It was so much fun. It was such a good turnout.
It really was.
And it's so nice to get that experience, right, with the audience.
And people were so impressed.
I know. Everyone was like, you guys are so good. You don't even get nervous. I was like, bitch.
I
if
was
we got
nervous.
if we got real nervous, we would just be up here and be like, cricket.
Yo, I was sweating. Me dio un patatú de sudor.
But your sweater was so cute.
Thank you, but I was sweating.
Well, nobody noticed.
Dripping.
Nobody noticed.
I had powder and repowder, and my sister was like, you shiny on the camera. I was like, bruh. Se puso bien technician.
A little glossy. Just a tad.
That's all right.
But learning lessons, learning curves, and here we are. By the way, second set.
Brand new.
Episode 2, set 2. Next week we may have set 3. It'll be like alpha changes. 1 set, 2 set, whatever we're
You never
feeling.
know what you're going to get.
Oh, you know what, though? If we ever feel very newsy, we could get the news desk. You never know.
Maybe.
Live and direct.
Vamos a ver.
Because we're about to get into pop culture and current news. Go ahead. Let's go. Talk about it.
Bueno, what's really, really popping off right now is Bad Bunny. Like, why is everybody in hysterics about him being the halftime show? I mean, I knew that he was going to bring a lot of, like, controversy, and I knew there would be some racism, pero wow.
You know what? I think if his team wouldn't have come out saying that he didn't open the show to mainland U.S. because of ICE, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal for him doing the Super Bowl. Right. Which, honestly, I do think that from a strategy perspective, I don't think it was smart to release that kind of information because all it did was bring attention considering the leadership we have in this country right now. Mm-hmm. So I think that hindered and has really created the foundation for the hate because I didn't even think about it. The fact that Shakira has performed, not a U.S. citizen. Rihanna has performed, not a U.S. citizen. I think people are tripping. You think it's because of the Spanish language music?
Yes.
Wow.
It so much so that people are not knowing that Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
I mean, do you really not know by now?
Yes. The ignorance is large. It's so crazy because people are like, he's not an American citizen. And they're like, but he is. Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Not by choice. Let's not even get into the whole colonization and the pillaging and the rapage and all the things that happened in the 1800s.
Not do that.
Because this is not a news show. But we about to serve it to you. The point is, Bad Bunny will be performing at the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I put it on my Instagram, and I'm sure you saw it. I was like, why everybody hitting me like I got to connect? Like, I'm sorry.
They want NFL tickets?
No, like, it's not like NFL game. It's not like, no,
it's not. It's
Super Bowl tickets. I was like,
I remember when you told me a story about a certain individual asking for tickets. Don't say the name, but
even though it's perfect for today's episode, which we'll get to. I was like, does the Ticketmaster StubHub?
It's
don't
so
say
crazy
none of that on my forehead
because the tickets are like $27,000 or whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, these hardworking immigrants that are here that they're trying to get their visas, their green cards, whatever they're trying to do, right? They don't got $27,000. Why are you going to the Super Bowl?
But what would be
if
dope?
they did, I don't think they would spend it on
100%.
a $27,000 ticket to go see Bad Bunny.
But what I would love to see is like a whole bunch of immigrants tailgating and just taking over and like barbecuing with all kind of enchiladas, empanadas, pasteles, everything, pernil, rice and bean, la olla with the spaghetti.
Oh my gosh.
And just tailgate and be like, fuck it. I mean, I do want to say, let's mention the fact that immigrants, Latino immigrants specifically, have clearly been targeted by this administration, but that's not the point of what I'm saying too. Is like, let's not forget, yeah, you know, these people are people. They clean your house, they mow your lawn, but they're also lawyers, doctors, politicians, very important people, judges, Supreme Court judges. Like, let's not trip. Like, it's all good and dandy when she's like taking care of your baby, but it's like she's good enough to take care of your family, but you have no care about her family. Right. And that's where the disconnect is for me. Mm-hmm. But I will be watching.
Cinco de Mayo, everything's cool.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So crazy.
You know, it's funny when people say that. It's like, and as you probably saw on my trips to Puerto Rico, your trips, it's an infestation of burnt.
Now you can't even you can't throw a rock without, you know,
hitting a gringo.
And it's okay that they're there. Don't get me wrong,
I mean,
right?
That's what it is.
But that's the thing. Like, so why can't, anyway, that's a whole different show.
That's a whole nother show. But Bad Bunny, if you're watching,
congratulations.
Exactly, Benito. Come on the show.
Who you think he's going to bring on? Because I saw an interview and he wanted to bring on Tego. He wanted so bad, and that would have been amazing because I love Tego Calderon. Hello. I love Tego Calderon.
So he said he wanted to bring Tego to Super Bowl or to his residency?
No, to his residency. And Victor Manuel. He also said Victor Manuel.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
That would have been amazing. Because he was the one that gave him his first shot at a salsa and reggaeton collab.
Backstory, like didn't know that.
Yeah. I was surprised by it.
I love that.
Because Victor Manuel, he looks different now.
A little bit.
I don't know what kind of surgery se ha hecho, pero
the Botox.
You need to relax con el surgery, papa. But
I haven't seen him. Now I'm scared.
No, he looks a little bit younger, but you know, I like to see an aging Puerto Rican man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
but
could
tell.
He
was so good looking. He didn't need any of that.
He got a little, you know, salt and pepper, but ahora está, yo no sé quién es él. Maybe his name is Pedro now. Pero
I'm thinking, what songs does Bunny have in English? Well, Cardi would be super pregnant, so that would probably be very difficult.
She'll care?
as we've been
seeing. She'll probably be in labor.
No, I think she's like in labor.
Yeah, she'll probably be in labor.
And then I don't think he has any other.
He has one with Drake.
Facts.
He has one with Drake. And he also said that he wished he just came to hang out at the casita, but the schedules weren't working.
Do you think, and we're not going to go on a tangent, ego-wise, he would bring someone as big as Drake out?
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. You think Daddy Yankee would come?
I wanted him to come to Puerto Rico so bad.
DY, because, you know, you can't say Daddy Yankee porque la esposa is taking all the money.
That's crazy.
Anything Daddy Yankee, forget it. But listen, she was there from the beginning, so listen.
I mean, I get it. I don't think she has rights to everything. All of his stuff, though. Right. That's a bit excessive.
Yeah.
But who am I? Just saying. Anyway, I had a great week. Getting off the high of our live, which was so fun. Mm-hmm. Bunny has taken over everything that is life and social media. Mm-hmm. And I did say something on my Instagram that I wanted to say here. What a beautiful place of privilege to sit from, to really have a serious problem about this man performing at an event the size of Super Bowl. Because FYI, if you do your research, which people wouldn't do, but as a marketer, you know, the Super Bowl halftime show specifically is a marketing tool. Mm-hmm. It's not even for football fans. It's not even to gain new football fans.
They don't get paid.
No, to bring up their numbers. And let's not forget to mention the fact that the advertising has quadrupled in pricing.
And it's sold out.
Sold out. The minute Bad Bunny was announced. So it sold out commercial-wise, but also you have to remember these brands now invest in producing the funniest, the catchiest, the whatever commercials. So that's more money investing because money makes sense. Mm-hmm. Bunny is money.
And NFL is trying to go global. And there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the world besides United States and Mexico. Because that's really who they're targeting. Period. South Americans. Puerto Ricans that may look Mexican or whatever other, which is to me is just so crazy. Whether you're from Venezuela, wherever you're from. I think it was Hebrew. I think that's
Ebro.
Mm-hmm. He said on a reel that I was watching, he was like, "Yo, that's what makes America is the diversity in it."
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Why not?
100%.
Like he's like, "I'm ready. I don't even got a conga and I want to go buy one." You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm embracing like all the people that are trying to learn Spanish. You know, I'm looking through TikTok and they have African Americans. There's some Caucasian people trying to learn the songs. And they're singing,
so fun, right?
And they're singing them.
So fun.
You know what I'm saying? So embrace that part of it, you know? Like, okay, the MAGAs and all these other people that don't want to watch it, there will still be millions of people watching it. You don't want to watch it? Okay.
And to me, like if, again, we won't spiral, but sometimes it's necessary to spiral from a perspective of, Puerto Rico is a colonized territory, meaning not by choice. More importantly, Puerto Ricans speak Spanish because of Spaniards taking over the island. That being said, in the 1800s, the United States became a U.S. territory. So technically, doesn't that make the language of that island now a language of the U.S. as well? Yep. So like there's so many technicalities involved. And I've just had a difficult time finding someone that I can have an educated exchange with.
I just don't have it.
Me neither. That's why it's like,
because these other people that are coming up to me talking about Happy Cinco de Mayo, and I'm like, thank you. Because I'm not going to sit there and explain. So my tacos are good enough. I'm not going to sit there and explain that, you know, first of all, I don't think you should be celebrating it. Okay, that's one thing, but I'm not Mexican. But I just say thank you.
We are from different regions.
Thank you so much. I think cash for presents.
Cash app. I think this is a great transition because today's episode, I think our president is petty as fuck. So, and I said it. Sorry. Bleep me out, guys. Today's episode, healing, but still petty.
Petty as fuck.
First of all, I'm going to be 100. Diana and I, this is a love project for us. This podcast, this is work. We have talked about it before. This is a passion project for us. We do it because we love each other. We love to get together. We love to have these conversations. But I sense out, regardless of what people think, we prepare.
Right.
I sense a bunch of episode topics. We had discussed a bunch, and then Diana yesterday is like, you know what? I ain't feeling any of them. And I said, you know what? Fine. She's like, I want to be light. I said, great. And then, of course, healing but still petty. She's like, that's it. That's it. I was like, so you don't want to be light. No, you want to be petty.
No, we're gonna do the other one that you were talking about. She was talking
about. But
it
was heavy. It was kind of heavy.
It was heavy in topic, and literally, if you pick up
a brick. The bricks. And the bricks.
So you guys will know about that subject or that topic later on in the season. But the healing but still petty, I think it's just so perfect. On the heels of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj.
Oh, my God.
Having the pettiest war in the world right now on X. It's crazy. Talking about their kids and everything.
So I heard that Nicki Minaj started the kids' commentary.
Yes, yes.
How do you feel about that?
I think kids are off limits.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what Cardi B said. She said, talk about me, talk about my vagina, talk about whatever you want. Don't talk about
She's open.
Yeah, she's.
I mean, I just set myself up for that one. I'm sorry.
No, but we both went like, But nonetheless,
Cardi, we love you. Come on the podcast.
We love her. Like, she is 100% authentic. She's always been that way from the beginning. So like her or love, she like it, I love it. Like, I'm all for it. Like, she is an amazing mom. She makes sure that her kids have the culture and everything still intact. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever she do, whatever. But Nicki Minaj, I adore her too, but she's melting, crashing out right now. She is. And I don't know if she's just trying to do this to promote the album, but...
Whose album? Because she's really promoting Cardi's album right now.
But Nicki Minaj is coming out with an album soon. So...
But not right now.
Yeah. So, yeah. So Cardi's like, you know what? This is my last post. I'm done with this. And I'm just like,
so my question is...
But there's space for both,
right?
Which is so mind-blowing for me.
But I think ego and I think Cardi has tapped into something where she's just so likable. It's like she's cute, she's likable. It's like I've said before, I think on the podcast, it's like, not that this is the most likable person, but it's like the biggest hoe in school, right? Mm-hmm. She's a hoe. Everyone's like, oh, she's a hoe, she's a hoe, she's a hoe. But the minute she's like, yeah, I'm a hoe and what? It's like there's no more conversation to be had. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you own it. And it's like, oh, shit, like, what do we talk about now?
Yep.
So I think Cardi's tapped into this space. And because we saw her grind through Love and Hip Hop, you kind of feel like, damn, she really earned this. She put in the work.
Absolutely.
She said she was going to be here.
And she is. Yep. Loud and proud. And she was actually on an interview with Gayle King.
I didn't see it.
Oh, my goodness. When she was on there, and Gayle King is amazing. I think she's a great interviewer because people just like tell her everything. They vomit everything. But
I think you feel a kindred spirit.
Yeah. So she asked her a question, and then she said, but you know, Cardi, Michelle Obama says that when someone goes low, you go higher. And Cardi was like, nah, when somebody go low, I go to hell. Where the lava at? She says, I'm petty. I don't care. I'm going to where it's hot. She said, sorry, Michelle Obama, but I'm going to where it's hot.
You know
and
what?
Sometimes, you know what? You got to.
And that is healing, but still a little petty. Like I'm currently in therapy. I've been transparent about current situations in my life. But besides that, it's like I've done the journaling. I do the saging, you know what I'm saying? All the things. But it's also, even Mel Robbins, who is like a big motivational speaker, I reposted something the other day, and it's like, you can be nice and still tell someone to F off.
Right.
And that comes down to boundaries. So it's like, it's this thing about, healing is all yoga and vegan and all the things.
You don't have to lose your spice to heal. You don't have, especially us as Latinas, right? We cannot lose our spice. You can grow, you can evolve, you can journal like you said, and still keep that side eye. You know what I'm saying? Be like, Or because nosotros rapidito with the lip, like.
When you're like. We've been plenty of places where if something happens and we just look at each other and you're like,
Or we do a grrr.
In a text too. In a text. Grrr. We actually got a text this week where Diana sidebar hits me and all she said was, girl. I said, say less. Say less.
Oh man.
What is okay, let's separate the two. Healing and petty, right? What is healing for you?
Healing for me now, but because back in the day I didn't know I was healing. But healing for me now would be like meditating and making sure that I'm talking things out, whether it's with my therapist, a good friend. I ain't even gonna say I journal, because your girl don't journal.
Me neither.
I don't journal. People be like, I'm gonna get you a journal, but you're losing money because I'm not using that shit. Like right. I'm not journaling. Please, por favor, don't buy me a journal. Okay, give me a gift card to Marshalls or cash.
That part. What a great idea. That could be therapy.
Retail therapy.
We accept cash out.
Retail therapy, but for me too, like I enjoy seeing things through other people's eyes. So when someone tells me, oh, I want to take you somewhere to show you this, like if someone says, like, we went to Puerto Rico for Lola a couple years back, and one of my girlfriends, Jana, she was like, I want to bring you guys to where I'm from. She wanted to bring us to Aguadilla, and to see like the different places through her eyes, I love that. You know, because she's going to show us a restaurant we don't know. She's going to show us a street that we never been to. You're not going to go off a main road to go into a neighborhood you don't know, right? And then, so in that neighborhood, you're going to see the longest alcapurria you ever seen in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
Why are they selling a 5-foot alcapurria? I don't know.
Maybe it's representative of the town. Now I want to know.
Hay que ir para allá.
Hay que ir para allá. First of all, we can't advertise anything.
How do you hold that fucking? I was like, how do you hold that capurria? Does it take like 3 or 4 people? Are we eating it all at the same time?
Do we go from here? Do we start in the center? I have a lot of questions. Sorry. Okay.
She was like, estúpida, you break it.
Estúpida, you break it. That's true. First of all, the mind is going somewhere else.
It just goes to the dirt. It goes to hell.
Goes to hell. Cardi.
The lava.
Thanks, Cardi. The lava.
Oh my God. No, but the healing, what does healing look for you? How does it look like for you?
You know, I think it depends on the season in my life. And I think as I get older, it does look different. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Phil's passing, like literally healing right now, is a lot of more taking care of my daughter and making sure she's okay. You know, it's funny because Phil and I weren't together romantically when he passed, but I never left his side. That was a choice that I made.
Yep.
So I think for me as an adult, I lost him a long time ago because as he got sicker and sicker, the connection that we had was intellectually, communication-wise, and I think he just fell into a space where he was just really sick. I always protected my daughter from that in a sense, so now that he's not here, she's my focus. So it's like, I think I've been in it 2 years, and she's only been in it 5 months.
Right.
Because it's all she knows is her dad was here, and now he's not. But it has been a lot of healing with a dash of petty. It's funny, as we prepared for this episode, I was like, it really has filtered out people. It really has filtered out friends. It's filtered out. Phil was someone who was a force in the entertainment space and had so many relationships, or so we thought.
Right.
Has connected so many people, done so many deals, and in his passing, I won't be that petty because
be petty. He deserves that.
I'm not there yet because I'm working on a book deal and a movie deal, so I have to keep it for a little bit. But there are, I will say, key people, public figures, very public figures, who Phil was publicly connected to, whether they're in good situations or bad, who have not even reached out to me. Who, mind you, we have vacations with, we have spent personal time with. So the petty comes in there for me in the sense of like, ironically today I sent out a text. I saw a notice about someone who was in a high position at a place where Phil was. It was all, all these interconnections. And I was petty and I texted. And I was like, hey, just heard, really hope this journey is great for you. The response was, haven't reached back, and this is the bullshit that people say. Didn't really know what to say. I totally ignored and disregarded that. I said, I hope this next chapter brings you the peace you've needed. And just ended it. Because it's like, I'm not going to engage.
His passing should not make you feel
bitch,
like
it's been 5 months.
But you
didn't know what to say.
Not only that, you just say, hey, I'm so sorry.
And this was a close
It's crazy. That's crazy.
person.
If they know you, they just call you. Even if they sit there quiet.
More importantly,
I'm here for you. That's it.
With technology today, send a text.
Send a text. Send a gift.
A
prayer.
SOS.
A heart. A flower.
A dove. Nonetheless,
Not a
so
dove.
healing to me is that it's become boundaries even with family members. It's become really, really taking care of myself. My therapist has been really great. And if I can share anything with anyone about that can help them in their current season, is I'm on this journey to radically love myself and be unapologetic in that process. And you know me well enough where I really have never been apologetic about anything that I do. But now I feel like it has great purpose. It's like, does this feel like radical self-love?
Right.
No.
Right.
Does saying yes feel good? No. Does engaging in this text, it does making these plans or this phone call or whatever. So it's really honoring myself in this healing process and kind of recognizing people for what they are in the craziest times of your life.
Yep, and letting people, when they show you who they are, like, was it Maya Angelou that said, when they show you who they are, believe them. Believe them the first time.
Maya, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, believe them the first time, because listen, people will show their colors, especially in death. People show
but
their colors.
it's like I feel like death, or which I have on here, and I wanted to ask you, do you think, because healing is a word that is so ingrained in like growing, right? You say healing and it's like, oh, you're growing.
Oh, you're growing.
It's funny though, because a lot of people are intimidated by growth, and ignorance allows them to not understand your process.
Right.
But do you think you can grow and still be petty?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Because in the petty and in the growing and in, you know, there's boundaries. There's the petty, right? But there's also boundaries. So for me, like an example of a petty would be like somebody texts you, you know, and it took them 2 days to text after a date, right? But then you wait a week to text back. That's petty.
The exchanges are you've spent a week being petty.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's petty. And I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm not gonna text her because she didn't text." You know, it's like
How old are we?
just the games. But a boundary for me would be like somebody that doesn't respect your time and you block them. That's a boundary. You're setting a boundary. That's it.
So you
don't
would
respect
consider
my
that
time,
healing?
That would be healing for me. Absolutely. I'm blocking you. That's it. And I feel like now the older I get, and I think I used to block people like before like cell phones and all that stuff and texts and all this social media. Because let me tell you, back in the day, I wouldn't have survived this social media.
Thank God there's no documentation.
Ooh, I know. Porque I would have been like, but listen, I think that setting those boundaries and making sure that, you know, people know exactly what it is that you want, that's a number one, because petty is always going to be involved. I think petty for me is like comical, right? It's something to keep it light, you know, because sometimes life is so heavy. And it's part of the healing, I think, process, the petty, right? Sometimes you'll be like, oh, you so petty. Oh, you need to be, because if I was really serious right now, I'd probably go to jail.
Bop you.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight
So
neck.
I think petty is necessary when it comes to just like everyday type of, like, let's say at work. Perfect example. Let's say at work. You say an idea, and then 2 weeks later you say the idea, and then they're like, oh my God, this is a great idea. And you're like, well, I said this 2 weeks ago, but thank you so very much that you're actually taking it on now. When you know in your head you want to blow up and be like, bruh, I said this 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So being petty would be something like, oh, well, thank you so much, but I said this 2 weeks ago, but at least we're getting it now. You know, you got to be that corporate. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what that was.
It works for the placement. Because it's funny, sometimes a personal journey in healing can seem awkward. It can seem like messy. But then it's like, okay, awkward and messy for who? For the other person? And then what does it do for your healing process? Nothing. Meaning to be concerned about someone else feeling awkward or someone else feeling like something is messy no longer falls into your healing. And it all circles back, right? It all circles back to so many things that we discussed on this podcast before. Boundaries, self-love, self-confidence, making sure that you check in with yourself, this whole new sense of radical self-love. It's like, if you really feel the need to heal, whether it's from in a relationship, painful loss, friendship, someone shading you, someone, you know, purposely uninviting you or not inviting you, or this space of unfollowing, you know, like this whole social media space. It's like you then looking out for them, and this is in my opinion, or how they would feel, no longer sits with your healing process. You know, it's like, let's think about celebrities, right? Because people, they do it all the time in a public platform.
Absolutely.
Karol G, for instance, she's with Anuel. They break up. Mind you, we all saw his kind of forcefulness and invasion of their relationship when he shows up on the stage. They're not together. Kind of like forcing himself again. Oh, look, I'm such a good guy. I'm such a good guy. Now, fast forward to this documentary, we see that she had lost herself in that relationship. It was toxic. It was awful for her. She, of course, is a megastar. It was not in a position to have that conversation publicly. Fast forward, as she heals, she has the ability to create music, to create songs that express what she was really going through.
And are making her millions.
Just a tad.
Un poquito.
Selling out stadiums that we went to.
Yeah, we went to, and it was amazing.
So that's just that to me is a beautiful healing. Like your ability as an artist, even from a small scale. If you're a songwriter, if you're people write novels, people write shows based on things that they've gone through. That's healing. So it's also like making sure you don't look at it too heavy as well. It's not like there's a template or a process to these things, but it's more what sits with you and what is it that you need for the healing and to come out of these situations.
And healing is different for everybody.
100%.
A template that may work for you may not work for me. And I think that some people get stuck on that. Like, oh my God, I was journaling, it didn't work for me. I did this, it didn't work for me. I was doing meditation, it didn't work for me. I was doing this other thing, it didn't work for me. Continue to look for what works for you, right? Don't give up on you. People are always out here trying to do and multitask for other people, doing 150% and showing up 150% for others. And then for themselves, it's like 10, 15%. Don't do that. You have to make sure that you find whatever process is good for you, because pettiness is in everything, especially as Latinas. It's like seasoning. It's in everything. Think about it, right?
Not seasoning.
It's like, you go up in your mother's house. Oh, you decided to come see me. That's petty. That's petty talk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Think
Did
about
we
that.
create a podcast?
A whole podcast.
Oh, relationship.
And like I said at the last podcast,
Yes.
Nena, tú estás gorda, which translates to like, girl, you fat. Like, you know how many times I heard, do you need a burger growing up? And I'm like, hey, I'm playing 3 sports. I'm super active. I'm trying to drink Ensures so that I can gain weight to satisfy the way that you want me to look. Until I was like, you know what? Forget that. Nah, it was like 26, 27. I was high as hell. I ain't even gonna front. I was high as hell. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Like, I'm not doing that no more, right? So it almost became like a, not being disrespectful, but yo, can you please stop shaming the way that I look? It doesn't make me feel good. One time I wrote a letter to a family member, and they were so touched, crying, and didn't talk to me for like 2 months because they just felt so bad that they were making me feel this way. So why are you not talking to me? Because you made me feel bad?
Again, it's that thing of I didn't know what to say.
Right. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I took the time to write the letter to let you know that you was being petty as hell, right? It made me feel this way. But guess what? In those 2 months, I didn't miss you, because not once did I feel the way that you made me feel. And guess what? That hasn't happened since. You know what I'm saying? So
let's dive into that a little bit, because as women, period, and then as Latinas, as brown women, as women who are part of cultures where, and we've touched upon the dynamic of our cultures on this podcast, especially when it comes to family, when it comes to mothers, when it comes to those boundaries. How do you, or what is it that finally you're like, no, this isn't okay. Like, it's not. And again, I'll be very transparent. My mom and I, in the last, I feel like since I had my daughter, it's been a very different relationship. And I think for me, it's because as soon as I had my daughter, it's like I saw with different eyes. And then, I moved back east. It's a whole nother transition for me. I see with other eyes.
Right.
I lose Phil, other eyes, and it has created new rifts in our relationship. And it's so, and I say this, I've had this conversation with her, it's so mind-blowing to me that what she sees is disrespect when what I feel and my intention is to grow and to heal and to honestly heal from a lot of, the word trauma is strong for me specifically, but a lot of things that growing up, I'm like, I don't want to transfer that to my daughter.
Right.
I don't want to
make her feel the way I'm
feeling. Exactly. And it's funny because my therapist is, she's Latina too. And she reminds me constantly, she's like, you're not her therapist and you're not her best friend. That doesn't require a level of disrespect, but it requires a level of you honoring yourself.
Right.
So it's how do you deal with it? Writing a letter, is a great idea. We talked about neither one of us are journalers. I've tried the journaling thing. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I've tried voice. It's not. I can't. But journaling works for a lot of people.
It really does. It really does. Like everywhere, every time I go to Marshall's, there's like a whole stack of journals. And I'm like, yo, somebody buying these journals because I keep seeing them.
Somebody's buying them.
So, to me, is like you just said, it's perfect. You don't want your daughter to feel the way that you felt. So therefore, that's a switch up right there. You know you're not going to do that. You know you're not going to do that.
Not the way that I felt only, but the way that at times I still feel now at 45.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what is
when
happening?
Is this gonna
you know
stop?
what I'm saying? Like, when is it just like, and respectfully, my sister and I are like, bro, I'm just physically, emotionally tired. It's the comment that you said earlier. It's like, final me llamaste, sis.
I talked to you yesterday.
But then the response is supposed to be, mamita querida, oh, ¿cómo estás? Te amo. And it's like,
no.
Even if I was coming with that energy now, I'm about to be petty.
Super petty. But you know what? I think that healing teaches you to say no, especially to the closest ones to your heart, because you could say no to anybody on the street, right? Right. But when you're saying no to the ones closest to your heart, it's like almost like, oh my God, this is so easy. Like I can make them happy if I just do A, B, and C. But saying no and feeling that uncomfortableness, you have to sit in that. You got to be able to say no, because the awkwardness, and just flare it up. Like, sometimes that petty helps in that aspect, because then you could smirk and be like, well, I love you, right? But I got to say no.
That's
in this
so
instance.
funny that you say
What I'm saying?
because that's how I am with my mom. And I, literally now I'm like, love you, gotta go, bye. And it's like once I see or hear the conversation going somewhere, I'll be like, all right, Rosie. So I've decided in that situation, very consciously and intentionally, not to get petty to a degree that I used to. You know what I'm saying? I used to, because part of the healing was forgetting about that area or that part of, I need to be heard. You need to hear. You're not hearing me. You're not listening to me, and it's like, once you get over the fact that, you know what, sometimes the person's never going to hear you.
Right.
It's
been this long.
Bitch.
It's not going to change.
At all. So once you make peace with that part, you're kind of like, you know what, you, and I say this respectfully, love you, Mom. If you're listening, it's almost like you're like, I feel bad. I feel bad for the fact that, damn, like this is the type of relationship we're going to have as a response to the fact that you can't get out of your feelings to just be like, I did my best. How can we be better now at 45 and at her about to be 80 with whatever time we have left, you know? And it's like, you would think that like these monumental things happen, and it's like nothing is like
sinking.
Nothing is. So it's like, you know what? I'm like, hey,
so I think that you got into the petty side where it's like, I've healed enough not to argue.
Period. I will not. And the funny thing is,
but not healed enough to ignore or leaving someone on red.
Period. For real. Period.
Listen, I think silence, it's like the best tool when it comes to like a classy petty.
100%.
There's nothing louder than silence. I've seen so many reels and memes of husbands, like the wife will sit there, or the girlfriend, and he'll be like, hey, baby, I love you. I'm just going to go down the street. And the girl says nothing. But baby, I love you. I'm going to go. The girl says nothing. Did I do something wrong? Did you? Babe, did I do something wrong? And the guy, oh my God, but what did I do? But I love you. Do you want me to get you something to eat? Oh my God. So it's so funny, right? But I think that a lot more could be done. Like, I think that's just so, like, it's a level of pettiness not to say something, because let me tell you, back in the day, bruh, I always said if you could choke somebody, like, once a week.
Wow.
And not get in trouble.
Not choke. We do not promote physical.
But some people like to choke out.
Physical damage, violence of any sort.
Okay, where we come from, violence was respected.
Period.
Period. All you had to do was say, "Well, you can't beat my ass."
Period.
Like, you're right.
Yo, the funny thing is that the first time I heard "Silence is loud and clear" was with the King of Petty, Kanye. Long story short, we're in Vegas. It was Phil and I's first vacation together.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is 17 girlfriends ago, and we're in the car. And surprisingly, I'm not sure who Kanye is today, but back then,
I don't think Kanye knows who Kanye is.
I don't think he does either. But he was very insecure in his need for Phil to kind of approve whatever he was pitching at the time. He wanted to do a fashion line, da-da-da-da. And then I remember him saying something, and he goes, "Yeah, nah, silence is loud and clear." And I was like, holy shit. I had never, but you know how hard it is sometimes to be
Absolutely.
silent and restrain? Because I have written paragraphs.
I've written novels.
Delete.
I don't delete them. No. I've written novels, and let me tell you, this was when when texting first came out, and it was the flip phone, so you know right there, 777-555.
Damn, you really wanted to get the message out.
It was a lot of misspelling, but
not complete sentences. Exactly.
I'm sorry. That just brought me down dark hole. But petty could be protection, though. It's like a shield.
Oh, I love that. Petty could be protection.
Petty could be protection. It could be a shield. To me, I've always I try to use humor as much as possible, because, like I said, where we grew up, like, and I still have family members. I love y'all all, and I won't say on which side of the family, but y'all know who y'all are. That if you get it twisted, even though we're in the 40s and 50s.
Not 40s and 50s.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, some of us got diabetes. Some of us got
that shit. First of all, it don't even make sense.
The life is shifting now.
Petty, violence, 40s, 50s.
Now you're waking up and your back hurts.
Let's be silent. Let's be silent. Yeah, let's be silent.
Yeah, use the silent petty, because your body can't take a, you know what I'm saying? But
give me an example of, like, because I know you've been healing for years, actively and inactively. So we'll just take it from that foundation.
Oh,
give me the most pettiest thing you've done during a healing process.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh.
Discuss.
I can't. I've had a lot of petty moments, but I know that people are listening to this and they don't know that I did the things that I did.
Oh, shit.
So.
Damn, that's not helpful.
But I've seen. I haven't done this personally, because I don't think this is cool. But I've seen people throw people's stuff out the window when they Okay, screw it. I'm gonna say one.
Oh shit! You heard it here first. Healing.
All right, so there was this one time where I made a call and really messed up somebody's living situation. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
They got kicked out of where they were from. I made a call.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you gonna mess with me? All right, I got you." Now they gonna know. I'm sorry. We're older now, so sorry, not sorry at the time.
But that's what you needed for your healing.
Yeah, maybe.
You hadn't discovered that silence is loud and clear.
I've experienced. I want to say that was my biggest crash out. That was my biggest crash out. But I've seen some crazy crash outs especially in the projects where we grew up. The people, the level of pettiness. Woo.
But do you think they were healing? Or do you think in a real
people
but you
were
know
young.
I just thought
they were young. I don't know if they knew they were healing.
But I just thought about this, right? So let's take healing away from this, like,
of this beautiful place.
Blah, 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 blah. though, sis.
Yeah.
You got to kick him out. You got to that for you. You're healing.
Yeah.
This is part of my healing.
Yeah, but then they come back.
I've
seen that too.
We discussed red flags.
But when you really kick them out, that's
when
part
you're done,
healing.
you're done.
Yeah, and you're crying.
Yes,
and you're going
that's
through
what I'm
saying. Yeah.
5,422 chances. 5,423.
And then that's
I'm done.
Right. Because when a woman fed up.
When a woman's fed up.
No, we don't got that copyright.
Facts.
But there's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing.
Oh Lord. No, but no. That's valid. That is a form of healing.
Right? That's healing.
Real.
And we're not promoting.
Absolutely.
Again.
No, we're not.
Right
we're not
here,
telling.
right here.
We're not
we don't
telling
promote
you.
anything like that. But if you gotta throw his clothes out the window, sis, you ain't hurting nobody. You ain't.
Yo, the amount of money clothes cost now, and some of these guys that they spend. Oh my God, the sneakers and all that stuff. So
throw them out.
I mean, if
scuff them out.
Oh, Lord, jeez.
No, even better. Don't throw it out the window. Scuff them out.
Scuff them out. Put them in
Just
the toilet. Flush it. Flush. Remember when that? What was it? Oh my God, I saw this movie where she put bleach all over the dude's clothes.
Was it?
What was that? It was
Angela
bleach.
Bassett?
No, Angela Bassett. She burned the clothes inside the car. What was that? What movie was that?
Waiting to Exhale?
Waiting to Exhale.
Mm-mm.
I think it was. Waiting to Exhale.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Sis.
You got.
I've never had to do anything like
me
that.
Me neither.
Thank God.
Did.
I'll be like.
I'm telling you, that was the craziest thing I did. But I know that I was in situations where I was like parked outside, looking to see if there was a woman in the house, and then she went and knocked on the door. I think I put this on my story a while back. And another girl opened the door to her boyfriend's house.
You did.
In her robe.
You
did.
I
was looking at her like, can we leave now? Like, you've got confirmation.
You
what
did.
else do you need to see? And then the chick was like, yes. And I was like, oh my goodness.
That's where, and the Lord is working on my heart. And we are all works in progress.
Yo.
Because, that's where healing.
Her healing was going in there and crashing out the whole house. That was her healing.
This is what I'm saying. So we respect here on Cositas. We respect. You got to do what you got to do, sis. Obviously, don't put yourself in any situations where they're calling 911. But if I remember the story correctly, he was a dick. He wasn't. He was very unkind to her.
Yeah, very unkind. He was very unkind. Yeah. So. Yeah, and we were young, and like I said, I've seen so many different. Like, I never went on a stakeout after that because I was just like, you said we were just gonna be in the car.
First of all, stakeout.
It was a stakeout. She wanted to see if he went inside with a girl or if a girl came out of his house.
So then she got confirmation. And she got confirmation.
She went and knocked on the door, confirms it, goes in there and destroys the house.
And did she take him back?
I'm not sure. I think she moved to California. I think she moved.
Okay. Wow.
I think she moved.
That's real trauma.
Oh, she was
traumatized.
Bad.
Shit.
Bad. And then I saw him afterward. He was like, "Oh, you with the?" I was like, "My bad. I ain't say nothing. I was just there for support."
But I love it because it's like, don't come for Diana. She got like 37 cousins.
I was just there for support. I ain't
like
do nothing.
speed
Like,
dial.
I was trying to get her to leave. I was like, "Come on, we gotta go. They're gonna call the cops." She was not. And I listen, that was my last. I was like, I'm not ever doing this again. I'm not doing a stakeout ever again.
I just thought of something. Can you heal as a woman and not be petty?
I don't know.
And you know what's funny? I don't like the word petty because it
there's
has a very negative connotation to it.
No, there's a lot of petty that goes unseen too. I'm sure. Like, there's women, I'm sure, que hacen cosas, that they do things. And they're not telling people, "Ooh, girl, guess what I did? I went over there and I slashed his tires." "Oh, girl, guess what I did? I went over there." They're not saying that. They're not.
That's like the
they're
Instagram,
not advertising the crash out.
Like the Instagram videos, and it's like a video of her like tiptoeing out the house, and it's like right after I told my girl I ain't never talking to him again, and then it's like on my way to his house. But that's the secret you don't tell nobody.
Right.
Part of the healing is transitioning out of a situation, slowly.
But sometimes when the situation is good, that's the problem.
That was our episode, red flags. It's
that'd be the problem.
When whatever it is, whether the attention is good, whether the sex is good, and now we're talking about relationship, sexual relationships, I feel like it's creates the hard part of not just healing, but a decision. But it creates, it's almost like now we have a deeper problem. Now it's this trauma bonding. Now it's like this other stuff. Now it's like, what is it about me that is allowing this situation? Because clearly to heal from something is because you've been hurt or broken or cut or wounded. So if you are in this position of a wound, can that same person help you heal?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so, because I also think that petty is playful, whereas revenge is destructive.
Yo, you've had 2 good peas with Patty on this episode. Patty is playful. Yes, I love that.
It is.
It is.
It is, because, to me, like, again, going back to my girlfriend that went in the house and started destroying stuff, I was like, this is no longer petty. Petty was us outside checking to see.
Diana said, the
whoa,
meter.
We about to get arrested.
We about to get in trouble.
And it was late night, and it was north end of Hartford, like off Tower Avenue. I was like, yo, I'm going to walk, and I'm probably going to get harassed all the way home. Somebody going to try to pick me up. Oh, my goodness.
This is all running through your head.
This is all negative.
And you're like, and this bitch is not going to help me heal from this experience.
I'm traumatized. But
period.
Yeah, like petty was us out being outside, ranking like, oh, he probably don't got nobody in there. Oh, and then destructive was revenge. That revenge, like, okay, I'm gonna get you. He told you he don't want you, boo. Let's just get in the car and go. Like, why you gotta? But like you said, he can't help me heal.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people want that.
100%, because
they want him to be the
yes,
one to or her.
Yes.
They want her to be the one to save them. So like that is like, I knew you loved me.
I knew you would change.
I knew you would change for me.
He just hit me once.
He 44. He 49. He 52. He ain't changing. I mean, he 27. He ain't changing.
And I also think, like, as I was thinking about this topic, it's like when you really think about it and you're fully healed, like if you were to think back, right, at a relationship 20 years ago that you were in, and in the moment you're like, oh my, you're devastated. Well, Diana's built different, so maybe not. I'll just speak for myself. You're devastated.
I was devastated a couple times.
You're like, I can't do, like, you can't imagine life post.
You can't eat nothing, yeah.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are healed, it's like, the pettiness evaporates because you literally do not care. And I think when you do not care, you have met the level of healing that you need.
Yeah. Well, you said I'm built different, but it took some craziness to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Who knows
to get
the
me
trauma?
To that, yeah.
Right.
To get me to the built different part. Because my heart was shattered. Mm-hmm. Not only shattered, it was picked up, it was taped back together, and otra vez. So it took a little beating, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing.
Talk about hurt people. That's not what we're promoting on the show.
I was young. I didn't know no better. No one told me.
That's true.
And no one told me. I didn't have therapy, and I wasn't journaling. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm about to do the same thing. My head was revenge. I'm about to hurt some people, and I did, and it made me feel bad. Once I started growing up, I was like, I should not do that because that didn't feel good for me. So I probably should not be doing that.
Right.
You start believing in karma and all that stuff. So, but
before we close, because we always like to close on a positive note, because we're not your therapist. Yeah. We're not your mama.
These are just our opinions and our,
What would be advice that you would give someone who is either in the healing process, coming to a point of a fork in the road where they really need to decide, like, after you've taken inventory of how you feel, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, work, anything that is just not feeding you, what would you say to someone who finds themselves in that position?
I would tell them to, just like you said, just make a pros and cons list. Like, how is it serving you? How is it not serving you? How is it making you feel? How is it when the situation is not around versus when it is around? Is it toxic? Can you breathe? Can you eat? Can you, Those things in the certain time in that moment is gonna seem like no. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, I had a conversation recently with one of my girlfriends when she was just like, "Oh man, my sister's trying to get another job because she's always feeling bad and she's been crying." And I was like, "What? No, 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 no. We're gonna talk to her because we're gonna get up out that job, right?" So I would say that to try your hardest to heal the way that you need to heal. As I told Rocio at the beginning of this, your process is going to be different from anybody else's. Try to find what it is that heals you, whether it's bike riding, exercising. Some people say, the way you heal is getting up under somebody else. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. If you got to go date and juggle different people, whatever works for you. But if you truly want to heal and heal inside yourself, you have to find that. You have to find that sauce, that special mix for you. I don't know.
I agree. For me, it's whether you're a spiritual person or not, it's finding that relationship with God, making sure that you have a sense of appreciation for your existence. And I think it's also really important to be in a space of, again, checking in with yourself, self-awareness. It's like these things that we say on repeat, but sometimes, and if it hits you today, amazing. When you really understand your worth, you know that the process, you must go through it. And it will be so worth it once you're on the other side. And with that comes boundaries. It comes elimination. And it comes a lot of times for me. It's like there's so much. There's a saying that I have. It's redirection is God's protection. And sometimes you don't understand. You're literally like, even I remember a few years ago, 2 years ago, when you were interviewing for a job. And I was like, you know what, Diana? It's not. If it doesn't work out, it's because it's not for you. But it's hard to find yourself in that space. You've been on 6 interviews and you just don't understand what's happening. But when you really find yourself sitting in the understanding that God's redirection is God's protection, it's like, oh, snap. And then what? You land this amazing job that was so much more fulfilling in so many other ways. But you specifically were in a position where you knew that was going to happen. So it's the ability to find yourself. And again, it's not, for me, it's a very intentional, unseamless process. It's sometimes you fuck it up. And in a day, you're like, oh, that morning I go. And then by the afternoon, I'm like, damn. Like you don't know how you're going to survive rubbing my daughter's back when she cries tonight. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then you rub her back tonight, and guess what? She didn't cry tonight. So you got through that day. Yep. So it's if I can tell anyone anything, it's having that self-awareness, having that self-confidence, and finding that spiritual connection that allows you to understand that you are here with great purpose, and that all will be well.
And sometimes you got to go through some stuff.
Through it.
You got to go through it. And sometimes it lasts a little bit. And once you get through it, you can always say, damn, I remember back 2 months ago when this happened. And look.
That's what I'm saying. How beautiful is it when you come out
of it.
Of a situation.
And you learn.
And it's that taste.
It's another badge.
Yes. We're Girl Scouts today.
Without cookies. Espérate, cookie.
Oh, we got cookies. We got a lot of cookies. Anyway, our time is up. Yes. I love having these conversations. I actually put together a little thing which we'll put on social media, because the title of this episode is Healing with a Little Bit of Petty or something like that.
No, healing but still petty.
Healing but still petty. But thanks to the internet, it's like I have a few other ones that I'm going to put on social media. I want people to vote on the title of this episode. Okay. One that I love is like Therapy, Sage, and a Little Shade. Spiritual growth, petty soul. Anyway, I can go on and on.
I like the shade one.
Right?
That could be a whole other episode about therapy.
Namaste, but also blocked, bitch. Nonetheless.
Wait, there's a couple sayings. I'm healed, but I'm not holy. Ooh. Therapy got me calm, but don't get it twisted. I still got time. I like that. So I'll leave you on that.
On that note, don't get it twisted. I still got time.
We still got time, bruh.
We love y'all.
Oh, by the way, share us. Get us to 1,000 people.
I mean,
Por
1,000.
favor.
We can do that.
Yeah, we got our numbers everywhere else, but we
got
need
a
y'all
bunch
on
of secret
Instagram.
followers,
I
especially
know.
the men
Guys, tell your wives to follow us. You know you want to.
and your girlfriend and the side piece.
Diatre.
Just tell them all.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening and watching.
Gracias for listening to Cositas Mommy Never Told Me. We hope you loved this episode. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and share Cositas Mommy Never Told Me on all your social channels. Todas las redes sociales. And don't forget, if you want in on the real tea and see all of our reactions to the craziness, watch this episode on YouTube. ¡Qué bochinche!